Welcome back to another video. This is going to be the weekly forecast for the last week of September. Time flies. Okay, heading over to the charts, I'm on the weekly time frame of the indices. Just keep in mind that I have the adjustment for the contract changes turned on because right now we are in the second week since the rollover, so I'm just going to keep it there. I might remove it next week depending on how price trades. It's going to be the same for all the future contracts moving forward, like for example the forex pairs later on. So we have quite a bullish up close candle previous week. So we are in all-time highs, nothing much to be said for the indices. Dropping down into the daily time frame. As always, we would be looking for the previous week's high to be taken out. Right now, we are probably going to form a swing high right here on Friday with the Friday's high, because I'm expecting Monday to be a consolidation day. We have quite a large range movement for the past 2 days heading towards the end of the week last week due to FOMC being on Wednesday. So best case scenario, we get this high right here on Monday, and then we have the dealing range on the daily time frame. So depending on how price trades, if it goes back into 50%, then we look for a long to take out the previous week's high. However, if we trade towards the high first, forming SMT on the highs above between the three assets, then we would look to trade price back into discount. Pretty simple. Not expecting any reversals anytime soon, so gonna keep up the bullish momentum. Moving over to the forex, right here we have slightly different analysis as compared to the indices. If you take a look at the three assets right here, you can clearly see that British pound did not take out the swing high on the weekly time frame last week, and we closed this candle quite bearishly, even forming a down, not a down close, but an up close candle, bearish order block. For euro futures as well, this candle is most likely going to be the swing high for both euro and British pound, and for the dollar a swing low. So we would be looking for currently 50% of the daily dealing range. So when we drop down into the daily time frame, we have this high to this low as the current dealing range. So if I'm expecting the weekly time frame to form a swing high, which means this high is going to be protected, then obviously I will look for the lower end of the range extremes, just like how British pound has successfully taken out this dealing range on the daily time frame, and right now we are working with the higher time frame dealing range, which would be on the weekly time frame. So just based on this price action here on the daily time frame, I would be bearish for the euro and British pound this week, looking for price to trade towards swing lows on the daily time frame. For British pound, that would be this swing low, and for euro, that would be this swing low right here. Heading over to Bitcoin, surprise surprise. So for Bitcoin, interesting enough, we have SMT against the total market cap of the crypto, excluding Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin and we have Ethereum right here. You can see how we have taken out the previous swing highs with last week's price action, and for Bitcoin we are staying within this bearish fair value gap after a stop hunt with a bearish order block right here. Now over here, I would be looking to see how price reacts off this bullish fair value gap for Bitcoin. Okay, we are still bullish in terms of price action for Bitcoin, for Ethereum as well, because for Ethereum you have to take note that right now we are trading in a range. So the current dealing range that I'm looking at is from this low to this high. We're still range bound. For Bitcoin, it's going to be the same from this low to this high, because that's where the expansion forms the fair value gap. So if we were to disrespect this range right here, trading around 50 or lower, then obviously we would be looking for swing lows, the range extremes of the dealing range to be taken out. Right now we just keep our bullish bias until something changes. On the daily time frame, it's gonna be an OT setup for Bitcoin. So for example, right here we have this down close candle trading into a bearish fair value gap turn inversion right down here, and then we expanded away, forming breakaway gaps. So if everything in terms of higher time frame order flow is in line, which means bullish, we should anticipate this low, swing low here, to hold the price, and then we extend fibs. Any retracements into OTE should provide a run higher with a low resistance liquidity run character. If we hang around or stay around this level after a swing low is formed on the way down, then the probability of us trading higher would be lower. Right? So because right here we have a swing low, if we form another swing low right here, it's fine. But once we tag OTE and a swing low forms, that is when you want to see price start to expand away from this range. Okay, so that's the key here. And lastly, we have Euro British Pound. On the weekly time frame, we are clearly bullish currently. We have taken out swing low right here, and then we are taking out swing highs at the same time, trading back into a slight discount, not a full discount, but slight discount within the premium range. So if we take this swing low and this high, discount is here, and if you split it up into 4 quarters, this would be the 75% level, which is the discount off the premium. So this is what we have right here. Looking really bullish for Euro/British Pound. I'm looking for price to take out this swing high before any form of strong retracements. Dropping down into the daily time frame, we have also a lower time frame stop hunt and a market structure shift. Price came into this fair value gap right here, and then we displaced higher, taking out this high, which was supposed to be protected, because likewise, the same logic that I'm applying, it has formed a swing high within OTE after taking out the stops right here. So if it wants to go lower, it should have done so instead of providing this reversal that we are seeing right here. So this gives me a strong confirmation that we are looking for the highs, nothing else. Let's wait and see if Monday forms a bullish fair value gap. Right now, this is the only thing that I can key off from. Otherwise, retracing back into this inversion should provide the support to go higher. Anyways, just look for higher prices for this pair, Euro versus British Pound. And that's it for this analysis/weekly forecast. Hope you enjoyed this session here, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Good luck trading.